Alright, what's up? We are reading the new chapter of One Piece. I broke my streak of being able to do this on Sunday. Oh well, Monday's not bad. This chapter is called The Most Free, and this is a pretty loaded phrase in the world of One Piece. This is what Luffy has described being the Pirate King as being. When he's the Pirate King, he will be the one who is most free. And I think this is kind of interesting ideologically because a lot of other people in One Piece kind of see these roles and these positions, this status, this authority, this respect as being symbolic of power, of being symbolic of power over others and the ability to impose their will on others. So Luffy's most free philosophy is quite radical. All right, so first off, though, Yamato continuing his journey around around Wano, in the spirit of Odin, is now heading out from the capital city, it looks like. But he had already gone around a whole bunch of other provinces too, so I'm not sure exactly what this departure signifies. Is it time at last for Yamato to head out to sea? Because that would be awesome. Get Yamato back in the mix, make it so that he could show up in any arc, put that card in Oda's hand, as we refer to often. The capability of introducing this element in any other arc. I don't know, it'll be exciting. It's been a fun little cover story. Probably either transitioning into a much more substantial one shortly, as we see Yamato's adventures at sea, or maybe wrapping up and it's just an ambiguous ending of where he's going to head out to on the open waters. Either way, fun times. Good to see everybody in Wano again. All right. Okay. The giant robot is taken down. It plunges into the sea, taking out many battleships at the same time. Based final action from our robot bro. But it was not capable of standing up to the force of all of the attacks of the Five Elders united. Understandable. Those guys seem absurdly strong, and we don't really have an understanding of how strong this robot is, but I don't think that diminishes the power of the ancient kingdom and its technology to say, oh, it's not as strong as some of the five strongest forces in the world government allied together. Uh, ooh. And the robot has some vestiges of consciousness, kind of speaking a lot like Zoe, just these thoughts that we get little scraps of. And it's unclear if this is just our privilege as readers, or if these are being conveyed towards Luffy, or if Luffy has any understanding that this voice is calling out to him. I think Luffy was able to hear Zoe before, right? Like Zoisha, the elephant itself, not the country on its back. I think Luffy was able to comprehend Zoe on some occasions, right? And Momonosuke was able to hear Zoe. So I think the robot would probably have similar capabilities of connecting to specific people. Calling out for Joy Boy, the man who was the first pirate. They're freaking out, this gigantic boar. I think we might see something horrific here. I think the fact that they're calling attention to these low-level Marines that are just staffing the battleships, seeing the transformed five, the Gorosei, I think Mr. Boarman might just wipe these guys out. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay. So the rest of the world now reacting to the end of the transmission. Someone assassinate him. Committed scenes. I think the world government erased him. If anyone did it, it's obviously a pirate. Alright, this is getting a little twisted. Get it twisted. It was not frickin' pirates, you dummies. The world government would never eliminate the greatest genius in the world. Yes, you fools. So here we have, this looks like Drum Island, and then Alabasta, and then Whiskey Peak. And we see that one of the Baroque work guys, the guy that dressed up flamboyantly like that, that's him, right? Looks like he settled down and had a kid. And the kid has the little crown. lot can change in a few years. And then in Dressrosa, the super gullible little people needing to be convinced that Luffy did not, in fact, murder Vegapunk. How many Vegapunks are still alive? Aside from me, the number of people accessing punk records is 2. Ooh, boy. They're gonna try to... Oh, it's Lilith! I was trying to remember her name. It's Lilith. Lilith and Atlas. They're trying to eliminate those last 2. So this, again, they're trying to use York to mitigate the fact that they had to wipe out Vegapunk proper and destroy Egghead. They want Punk Records to live on in York. Okay, meanwhile, the giant pirates are heading out. Luffy on board with them. He gets to have an adventure with the pirates. Hell yeah. The Vikings of the giant pirates, that is. I don't know. I'm just so excited to see them in action. I've said this like every week. I'm gonna keep saying it. It's just so cool, like, what, 1,000 chapters ago, around a chapter 100, when they go to Little Garden and they meet the giants. Just this idea that giants exist in the world of One Piece, and they're ancient, and they've had their own era of piracy that predates everything else we know about in the series, and they seem to just be unfathomably powerful, and they're just kind of lurking out there. And this idea, eventually we'll go to Elbaf, and then, just these infrequent appearances of giants, and the whole incident during Ain's lobby just reinforcing their great strength. And now, finally, at last, the giant pirate crew is out and sailing and helping out our crew. It's so cool. We're on the giant ship. It's huge. So yeah, the Straw Hats have been split. We've got Sanji, Luffy, Frankie, and Bonnie are all on the giant pirates ship, and then the rest are off trying to evacuate with the Sunny. So I think we'll have like a little bit of a fractured story en route to Elbaf, probably. Each of them dealing with different threats and making progress in their own way. The giants are just too strong. And then these kids got kidified. Vice Admiral Dahl and Vice Admiral Bluegrass have been sapped of their strength and age by Bonnie's power. And then even the giant robot, I don't know how the hell that works. The age fruit is absurd. That even this giant robot giraffe can be turned into a baby little mini giraffe. It's adorable. I love that they spend just a moment showing that Luffy is so excited about being on the giant's ship. And then he checks, is Usopp here and is Chopper here? Because those are the other two that he knew would be most excited about being on the giant's ship. It's so good. Among all of these tragedies that maybe he doesn't understand, among the gigantic lore revelations that he has not heard and probably wouldn't care that much about, and among the absurd destruction and death and rampaging evil forces that he certainly dislikes, but maybe doesn't understand the full grasp of, he just has this moment of sheer joy. He's on this gigantic giant's ship. Good for you, Luffy. Alright. Omio and Kashi. Luffy remembers these guys. Escape Navy. Yeah, let's go, buddy. She's so cool. Should be able to land in the water soon, but Felix can't make it. Help! If everyone else sings, I'll do everything to save you and Robin and Lilith. I'll save all of us. Classic. Ooh, but. Alright, I can see how this is gonna go. I think we're building up to a triumphant escape. I don't know if there's gonna be maybe one final parting tragedy. In the background, almost like nonchalantly, we see Zoro fighting one of the Gorosei. blocking his slashes, saving the boat. But it looks like the giant Quetzalcoatl-looking Gorosei is flying over to the giant's ship right now. I mean, yeah, I don't like. Obviously, they're gonna escape. It's not like, oh, it's the end of One Piece. Everybody we know and love dies. Um, but I think this is gonna be a nice triumphant moment where they get one parting shot in on the Gorosei and punch this MF in the face. Yep, yep. You're used to how, Luffy? The captain said I should cook a bunch of food because you eat a lot. Yeah, I need it now. Please cook more. Let's go, let's go. So yeah, the giants shielding with their kind of bizarrely small shields. I just love the giants so much. They're so like comical. Oda, I think, really understands just the idea of this kind of over the top caricature of Vikings and all the fun you can have with it. Okay, okay. But yeah, I'm thinking as the parting blow, as a just to get really a good one in them right on the end. They beat up Saint Saturn quite a bit. That was very satisfying. And I know these motherfuckers can regenerate, but it's not always so instant. I think Luffy's gonna be able to deck this guy good on the way out. Uh-oh. The ship caught on fire. Yeah, again, there's a shot of the Marines reacting to the Gorosei and being, very understandably, like, freaked out. Like, what the hell is that giant monster? And I think this is setting up that it'll probably happen off-screen, and it'll just be kind of like this grave undertone that we find out about later. Because I don't think they're going to diminish the excitement and the triumph of this great escape by making them look back. But I think all of these Marines are going to die. I think the Gorosei are going to just erase this incident from the world as much as they can by wiping out not just Egghead, but all of the Marines that were at Egghead, and probably attempt to wipe out CP02, but they're Weasley little bastards, and I don't think they're going to die so easily. But yeah, I think just to underscore how evil and cruel and heartless these guys are, that's why we keep getting reinforced this idea of the Marines are seeing this, they should not be seeing this. Okay. Something about these monsters, they keep chasing us. Okay, okay, everybody's getting prepared to attack. Oh, here we go. See, I was like, oh, maybe we get to see the full strength of the giant captains. Give them a little moment. But they already did a lot of great stuff this arc. They sliced open the earthworm, saved Luffy just like they did on Little Garden. Let's go. Nika. Who's that anyways? Everybody starts dancing. Can't just look at them. I don't know how your powers work, but you can do it. That's what I look like when I'm free. Future where I'm the most... Whoa! Oh, man. Whoa. Don't worry, Ginny. Oh. So is this something to do with Ginny's legacy? Is this just like the age fruit is insane? I really like this though, because I thought one kind of sad undertone of Bonnie's whole backstory is that she grows up thinking that maybe she is Nika, and she develops her powers, using the age fruit to scratch and squish and stuff, with this aspiration of knowing that that's how Nika fights. And then it's kind of like, oh, well, you're going to help out Nika, but he's Nika. You're just someone else. But no, it kind of seems like maybe like everyone is Nika. Maybe this is the true power of Nika, is that everyone can be inspired and free and transformed and liberated when they hear the drums of liberation, if they if they truly believe that inside themselves. Or maybe Bonnie is special in her own way too because of the Buccaneer blood in her, or some other quality of Ginny that we don't know about. But this is so great. Oh, this is so great. Strange presence, act quickly. Oh, that's so fun. Let's go. I really like that. Yeah, it's good for Bonnie. You know, we saw such a horrible backstory. She needs to not just escape and be like, well, my dad's dead, and a whole bunch of other people died, and now, you know, I just have to continue on this journey, doing what I can. She needs to have this moment of triumph and of liberation and of knowing that things are ultimately going to be okay for her. This is so hype. This is so cool. There's been, you know, a million twists this arc. It's one of the most unexpected, rapidly changing roller coaster arcs of all time, but honestly, this is one of my favorites in terms of all the things that have happened this arc, and in terms of all the bombshells. This is one of my favorites. I'm just so happy for her. The big happy grins they have. It's so lovely. God, One Piece is so good. Just having moments like this, so deep into the series, so built up and coached with lore, and, you know, just so bearing the weight of this entire plot that they've developed over decades. But then all of that just kind of bursting forth into this moment of pure joy. Maybe this will never be explained. It doesn't need to be explained. That's the beauty of Nika, of this whole philosophy. Freedom from explanation. Alright, very wonderful. I hope it's not on break next week. Let's look forward to more. See ya.